It is November 2nd, and I'm headed to the opposite end of the family farm that I hunted yesterday. I didn't see anything on the opposite corner yesterday, but we've got a really nice food plot that's come up really well, and I've gotten here a little late. That was somewhat intentional. I wanted to wait until the day winds died a bit. We didn't have great wind for this spot. Hopefully the evening thermals will be pulling my scent down the hill behind me, and anything coming out of the plot, out on the plot, won't catch it. It's a shot in the dark today, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in the stand. Let's see, what time is it? 3:50. The squirrels are out. Alright, so I've made it into the stand very, very late. Here's what happened. I came in quick and quiet, not too quick, but quiet, on the western edge of this food plot. I made it to the camera. I changed the card out. And when I turned around, there was a deer, what looked like a really nice buck at first, standing in the middle of the plot. So I did a little bit of a crawl up to him. See, this plot's on the top of a hill that has a ridge going down. I came up the ridge. The deer, it couldn't have been there the whole time. It had to have come out when I was sitting down there changing that card out. Like, I didn't check the card or anything. I just switched it out, turned around, deer in the middle of the plot. Anyway, I had some elevation to break line of sight, so I got low and did an army crawl kind of up to about 25 yards from the deer. He was only 30 when I saw him. I don't know how much of that I got on video. I got drawn on him at 25 yards. He turned broadside, and he just doesn't look like a mature buck. He looks like a 2.5 or maybe 3.5-year-old deer. Which, if he's a 3.5-year-old deer, I'd shoot him, but I can't be certain that he's a 3.5-year-old deer. I'm looking for an older, mature buck to shoot as my first bow buck. If this buck walks out and gives me an opportunity again, sure, I'll shoot him. After watching the playback on the video, a little bit of it anyway, he looks really good. He got my heart pumping. It was a lot of fun. But I decided to go ahead and get up in the stand and see if he comes back, because he didn't spook. I blew at him. I just responded to him. Everything he did, I did. And that bamboozled him. I had him bamboozled for a solid 15 minutes. But he eventually worked off. Not like running or anything, but blowing every now and then back into the bedding. It's off another finger ridge off of this hill. So he could come back. I don't know. It's good to see a deer. It's good to see a buck on the family farm. It's been a long time coming. I passed a really good deer on the other side of this food plot last year, which ended up getting found dead. I should have shot him. I had a rifle in my hands, but I had named him Shed Trophy. I wanted to find his sheds and give him another year and see what he looked like, but he died in the off season. But I'm going to sit it out, and we'll see how it goes. He still hasn't figured it out. Go on, buddy. Let me get in the stand. I think he's back. He's about 60 yards away now. That's a buck I call Kenny. Kenny's a real good 8-point, 2.5, 3.5 years old, but a really solid 8-point. And the thing about Kenny is Kenny's always here. You can shoot him and go recover him, and he'll be back next year. He's a buck I call Kenny. But I'm not going to kill Kenny today. Though Kenny hangs out with a bigger 8-point that I've got pictures of that's a really, really nice deer that's probably used to be Kenny, but he's not a Kenny anymore. I was hoping that deer would come out with him. I might come back out here after Kenny at some point. Like I said, you can kill Kenny. Kenny will be back. The only issue with killing Kenny is he doesn't get to be the next level of deer. But we have a lot of deer out here, so I'm not too worried about that. He's a good buck. He looks like a good buck. I'll go look at the footage and see if I want to come back and hunt this deer, or the deer that this deer hangs out with, because now I know where he's bedding. You'd think that would make it easy, right? No. But it'll give me a better opportunity, I think. Hopefully. But we'll see. If I don't see anything else, I'll see you the next time I come out. I don't know when that'll be. Oh, there's a deer coming out the other end of the plot. So what that means is I'm going to have to get creative getting out of here because I don't want to blow this plot up going out. So what I'm going to do is back out behind me and go way around these deer. And hope that works. Stupid squirrels. I think it'll work. Wait till absolute flat dark. There's a period right after the sun goes down and it gets dark that the moon hasn't come up, so that full moon won't be detrimental to me, hopefully. Something's sneaking around here. Anywho, I'm gonna film these deer for a little longer and then cut it and head out. I wish that buck could see that doe and fawn down there. I think it might give him a little confidence to come on out. But he can't. This is the plot's like an L shape. Two ridges. The main plot here in front of me is on top of the hill, and then there's a long ridge that I can see down, and then another ridge that's shorter that I can't see down. So he's on that one over that way. Those deer are back that way. Oh well, I'm moving around too much anyway. Kenny's back. That's not Kenny. That's a shooter. Oh, that's a shooter. Look at that buck. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Pretty sure that wasn't the same deer. I'm not positive. I'll have to watch the video, but deer doesn't look like old Kenny. He's a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger. He just snuck back into the bedding area. Those does, I don't know, they might still be down there. I can see a lot better than the camera can. And I'm pretty sure that was a different buck. I'm hoping I've got video of that deer from this trail camera to see if that was a different buck. But I'm going to get out of here while he's down in the thick stuff. I'll almost certainly be back here hunting as soon as possible. Because I saw where he came out, I know where he's bedding. And I've got a stand back in there that I don't think is accessible without busting those deer, so I'm going to be sitting in my saddle on that side of the L next time you see me, most likely.